Hello fellow book lovers, my name is Chloe and today I am here to show you the books I plan on reading for Booktube-A-Thon 2015. So if you don't know what the Booktube-A-Thon is, it is a readathon where you read as many books as you can from August 3rd through August 9th. There are reading challenges and video challenges that you can enter. So without further ado, let's get started. The first reading challenge is to read a book with blue on the cover. And I know you all are going to be like, you haven't read that book yet, but I haven't. So the book I'm choosing for blue on the cover is The Lost Tear by Rick Riordan. I have read the Percy Jackson The Olympian series. I love it. I just haven't gotten into this series yet. The next challenge is to read a book by an author who shares the same first letter of your last name. Now, originally I misinterpreted this, so I went to the library and I scoured the shelves and I found this book, which I'm still going to read even though it doesn't quite fit the challenge. And this is Hidden Voices by Pat Lowry Collins. My last name starts with the letter P, and I thought that's what it meant. That you're supposed to find a book by an author whose first name started with the first letter of your last name, which is totally confusing, and I don't know how I mixed that up, but I did. But this book actually sounds really interesting. This book is set in the early 1700s in Venice, and it surrounds these three girls who live in an orphanage known for its extraordinary musical talents, and I don't know, just this sounds so intriguing to me. And ever since I read Lucy Variations by Sarah Zarr, I have been looking for books similar to that, that's about music and just things of that nature. So I'm so excited to read this, and even though it doesn't quite fit the challenge, I still am going to read it. After discovering that that was not what the challenge meant, I scoured my shelves and I actually did end up finding a book, and this is As You Wish by Jackson Pierce. This is actually a book that I purchased from a used bookstore, and this is actually an old library edition. So I really don't know anything about this book. I bought it solely for the cover. So what I can tell from the synopsis, this is a book about a girl who has recently broken up with her boyfriend, and in missing him, she somehow calls a genie from his world into ours, and he grants her 3 wishes. The third challenge is to read someone else's favorite book, and for this I actually have a few options I could go with. So first of all, a book that I know is definitely going to be happening 100% for sure is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. And I don't know any booktuber that hasn't read this book and that doesn't love it. A couple other options I have are also The Madman's Daughter by Megan Shepherd. Jean from Bookish Thoughts loves this book, and I distinctly remember watching her review on it and how she talked about it being one of her favorite young adult novels, and I've been meaning to pick this one up because, again, I have a lot of friends who love this book. Or I could read The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. This is actually a little copy that my dad had as a kid, and he said that this is one of his favorite books, and my dad's not a big reader at all, so him saying that is a big deal. So I want to read this at some point, but hopefully I'll do it during Booktube-A-Thon. So the next challenge is to read the last book you acquired. And my mom bought this book for me. Thank you, Mom. And that is Wonder by R.G. Palacio. The next challenge is to finish a book without letting go of it. And for this, again, I gave myself a few options. So last year during the Booktube-A-Thon, I read a manga called Library Wars, and I believe I read volume 5. Well, just to ensure that I had plenty of reading material, I picked up volumes 6 and 7 from the library. I might read one of these two, or both, as a book to finish without letting go of it. I may read Wake by Lisa McMahon. This is a really short book. It's got a decent sized font, and again, I bought this from my used bookstore for like $3. It was insanely cheap, and I've just had it on my shelf forever. And the concept sounds intriguing to me, and I just really want to read it. So there you go. And finally, challenge number 6 is to read a book that you really want to read. And for this, I have a few that I could choose from, and there are already books that I mentioned previously that would fulfill this challenge, but for the sake of having a book for every single challenge, I will give you a few. So the first one I have here is Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge. I have heard that this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and Beauty and the Beast is my all-time favorite Disney movie. It's also my favorite Disney princess story, and I just love the concept of it so much. I have heard mixed reviews on this book, but nonetheless, it's Beauty and the Beast retelling, so I'm sure to at least somewhat love it. I also have, I believe it's the companion novel maybe, that is Crimson Bound. And then I heard about this book a lot in people mentioning new young adult releases and being really excited, but I haven't actually seen a booktuber read and review this book, and that is The Game of Love and Death by Martha Brockenborough. I think that's how you say her name. And the concept of this is just so cool, and ever since I think it was Kat from Catty-tastic mentioned it, I have wanted to read this book so badly. I don't know why I'm hitting you, I'm sorry. And the last challenge is to read 7 books during the course of the week, so a book a day. And I normally get this quite easily. I have the past 2 years. So now I'm just going to talk about the Booktube-A-Thon overall. So in past years, Booktube-A-Thon has normally been around the middle of July. And I think it conflicted with VidCon one year and things like that. But normally it's in the middle of my last month of summer. And this year, Booktube-A-Thon is actually hitting on the week that I go back to school. So on Thursday, I will be going to an orientation at my high school. And while it won't take long, it's just getting ready for school. And then, oh my goodness, my foot is asleep. And then on Friday, I will actually go back for my first day of junior year. And I'm really excited, but I'm afraid that this will make reading a little bit harder than years past, because I am a night owl and I love reading at night and reading until like 3 or 4 in the morning, and that is just what I do during Booktube-A-Thon, but I'm not going to be able to do that this year. So I don't quite know how that will happen or if that will affect my reading, but hopefully not. And then my other goal for the Booktube-A-Thon is that in years past, the last 3 days, I really don't get a lot of reading done because I'm burnt out from reading so much the rest of the week. So my goal for this year is to finish strongly and to not burn out like I have in years before. Alright, so that is all I have for this video today. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and also thumbs up if you're excited for Booktube-A-Thon, because hey, this only happens once a year and I am so excited. And I will be seeing you guys all next week with daily updates and all the video challenges, and just be prepared. It's going to be amazing. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!